For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
A former health minister explains why she was able to achieve so much when she served a few years ago. Also, we have a public service announcement to share with you, and still to come on the broadcast, somebody is about to take a top position as of November the 1st. That is tomorrow. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It is called NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin YouTube channel as well as the NewsSpin Facebook page. We'll be together until 2 o'clock this afternoon. Along the way, Amanda King will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. Stand by to call at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We are forced to continue to focus on the nation's ailing healthcare sector. It too is in need of some form of medication because there continues to be more resignations at the OKEU hospital. I am told that we can expect even more people to leave their jobs at the island's main health institution. So sad, so unfortunate, but the claim is those people are leaving for greener pastures. And so we're highlighting those deficiencies in the health sector, primarily because we want the government to understand that it needs to take the health care needs of the people of this country seriously. It's not a case of just assessing somebody glibly and saying to the nation that that person is doing a very good job when the evidence is there to prove that their performance can be best described as dismal. And I'm referring there to the government senator and public relations officer of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Lisa Jawayer, saying to reporters that the health minister, Mr. Moses Jean-Baptiste, is doing, quote, a very good job? And that is our NewsSpin question of the day. Even key supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party, and by extension, the government of St. Lucia, if those people are honest with themselves, and therefore they can be honest with the rest of the nation, they will conclude that the health minister so far, his performance, beyond question, has been a failure. And how do you judge somebody's performance? You judge it on the results, the end results. And so far, what you have is so many of our wellness centers have been closed. The wellness center, the Castries Wellness Center on Chaussee Road, has been closed since December of 2023. And try to figure out those people who would normally go to the Castries Health Center, where are they seeking medical services right now as we speak? It's helter-skelter. They would have to go to the Entrepot Wellness Center. And I'm sure many of you, particularly the health workers there, would know that they have been working under immense stress, constrained, providing limited service. And the same obtains at the Leclerc Health Center. So don't tell me that you have closed the Castries Health Center and it's just a case of directing people to other wellness centers and that's it. Those other health institutions, under normal circumstances, they have been under immense pressure. They have been toiling and lumbering along the way. And the health workers have not been openly complaining. And likewise, members of the public seeking the service, they will shrug their shoulders and say, what can we do about it? And just stomach the deficient service that is being provided to them day after day. So just imagine what is happening right now with the closure of the Castries Wellness Center. And unfortunately, there isn't any clear indication, if you were to speak to the quote-unquote hard-working health minister, the minister who is doing a very good job, if you were to ask him, when will the Castries Health Center reopen, I'm sure he'll not be in a position to give you an exact date. And I'm asking the question primarily because when he toured the facility and after that he spoke with either NTN specifically or maybe to other reporters, but I heard a clip of him saying that they were working towards improving the conditions at the Castries Wellness Center. So the indication is he plans, or he had plans then, to reopen the facility. Why should it take 10 months? And there isn't any clear indication that any work is being done there as we speak. Maybe I'm wrong. But somebody, you have a sufficient number of PR people in the office of the Prime Minister. One of their jobs is to monitor this program. I am sure that if works are being carried out at the Castries Wellness Center, that they can call this broadcast this afternoon to set the record straight. So former health minister Sarah Flood-Bowburn was on last evening's News Make a Live broadcast on DBS television. Since then, reference has been made to her in very unflattering ways. You know, those ad hominem attacks, not focusing on what the person says, but looking at the side issues, méprising, and all that. But, you know, NewsSpin, we try to be a broadcast of class. Sarah Flood-Bowburn, on the broadcast, listed her achievements as health minister when she first assumed that position in 1997, when against the odds, when people did not expect her to win the Castries Central seat, she was victorious. And she was saying, because I posed the question to her, I said, well, how can you be so critical of this current health minister and other health ministers? And you had challenges pertaining to the provision of health care in St. Lucia. Because I have told you, I said that earlier this week, I cannot remember of one health minister whose performance was considered to be excellent in St. Lucia or admirable. They all had their fair share of challenges. They went through the travails of having to improve the conditions at our various health institutions and, of course, by extension, the services being provided to the public. But what we are experiencing right now, never mind what Romanus Lansico would have gone through, Dr. Damian Greaves would have gone through as health minister, likewise Sarah Flood Bobra and Dr. Keith Mondesi, what we are experiencing right now is unprecedented. And many of you can attest to that. And if you have not experienced it firsthand, I'm sure that you are privy by now to the letter that was penned by the president of the St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association on behalf of the membership of that institution. In other words, she would have collated information from the membership of the organization and then penned a letter. And I'm sure before sending the letter out or issuing the letter, it would have had to have met the approval of the membership. But back to Sarah Flood Bobra. So she was challenged. Somebody called the broadcast to say, but you were boasting about your achievements, including ensuring that primary health care services on the island were beefed up, and the appointment of Dr. Lisa Charles. And Lisa Charles served in a key position that would be Director of Medical Services. And she has unfortunately resigned. Resignation takes effect the 30th of next month. You'll hear from her in a bit, but Sarah Flood Bobra said, I had at my side, or as my leader, a capable individual who appreciated the need to invest a substantial amount of money in the nation's healthcare sector. Let's listen and watch.
The third point she made about all of what I did during health, I did during the reign of the SLP. Certainly. I mean, I was the Minister of Health under the SLP administration. And I spoke about the fact that we brought a team together. We thought about things clinically, and we did. And I have to give credit to Dr. Kenny Anthony, and I did so in a recent statement that I made. I have my problems with Dr. Anthony. We don't agree on all policies. But he was a leader. Philip JPI is not a leader. That's the problem. So I have no qualms about admitting that, yes, all of these things we did in health, we did under an SLP administration where we had a prime minister who understood what the issues were. He provided resources. We did not have all the resources we wanted. In fact, we never got our full request that we made in our budget. We always got less than we asked for. But we made do with what we had, right? We brought in the persons we thought needed to be brought in, a solid team of persons at the ministry, at the hospital. We were able to keep things going amid the challenges, so much so that we were able to focus on mental health. For the first time, we had such a heightened awareness of mental health. We made some fundamental changes at Golden Hope Hospital, and we commenced the construction of the new wellness center, which is attached to Millennium Heights. What you have now is that Turning Point has closed. And you have the OKEU in a mess and St. Jude in a mess. We kept St. Jude going as a premier hospital in the South. So yes, we did, because we had a man who was a leader, albeit I didn't agree with all of his policies, but he understood the importance of health. This Prime Minister does not.
Former Health Minister Serford Bober speaking last evening during an appearance on the DBS program News Make Alive, and she'll react in a moment to the appointment of a former Health Minister, Dr. Damian Greaves, to the helm of the Millennium Heights Medical Complex. We take your calls right now at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Let me turn my attention now to Amanda King. Good afternoon to you, and let's see if we have anything to report with regard to what's happening in the chat room.
Good afternoon, team. Good afternoon, News Spinners. Someone said, Mr. Prime Minister, we all know that people normally leave their jobs for greener pastures, but we also know that people usually leave their jobs when the pastures that they are on is no longer green, but brown and dry. And I think that is the reason why our medical providers are resigning. They can no longer stay on that dry pasture working condition that you have them working in. Another comment, is it true that Grand Riviere Groseilliers Health Center will be closed? Another comment, so which government department is functioning efficiently? Someone says, imagine the only positive thing that the minister could have pointed to about his tenure was an incomplete wellness center at Larry Schuss, after almost 4 years. Another comment, those workers need to put down their tools and let the government of the day know what time it is. It's beyond comprehension as to why our healthcare system has gotten this bad in just under 3 years.
Let's see if we have a call. Do you have a call right now? Mr. Producer, let's find out if we have a call. Once again, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. You're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Poleon.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
And your lady next side to you.
Good afternoon.
That's not my lady. She reads the comments in the chat room.
Okay, the lady will read the comments in
the chat room. Be careful.
All right. Now,
go ahead, sir.
The hospital running like this, like when you go and pay them by the market. When you pay them by the market. So the hospital running.
But what's happening by the market is very organized. I mean, I pass it from time to time. See the guys, the guys are playing the game in a very orderly fashion, you know.
No. Just have people could see people doing all kind of things by the market there.
Okay.
Now that thing in the hospital itself, it's a time bomb that there. But it right now it's starting to explode. So before it explodes now, all the hierarchy, the doctors are the hierarchies, they're moving out. Because people just dying. I could even say about my father. My father had a problem with his leg. We bring him there, 80-something years, 84. He died about 2 months ago. Right? We buried him about three Fridays ago.
Condolences to you.
All right, thanks. Now, the leg had to cut. They refused to cut it. Back and forth, until he died. He gets younger and he died. Okay, that go. And I heard all them things happening in the hospital. They say once you're over 80, everything. You mad? Everything you have to do for our father, there is a money we have to pay. A 300, a this, a that. Even test certificate we have to pay for. Everything is a money for the fellas 80-something. They join their pension. Philip JPA hand that, or the other man that in charge of the hospital. Them fellas hand that. Them fellas is all about the money. And to me, like once you pass 60 now, you can die. But they themselves 60 already, eh? But once you pass 60 now in that hospital, you can die. Because these young little girls I see there, young little fellas, I mean, I disrespect in them. They might be the top doctor tomorrow. But who is looking after them? When the head moving, who is looking after the little people in the hospital? People will just continue dying, and NewsSpin will continue talking. People will continue calling, and nothing will happen. And they're caught now, marshal now, in the area when you go in Arundel Hill. There's a format there now some man that was in jail. I out now. And all they're doing every night is just robbing people. Because they just robbed my auntie there. A whole bag, passport, ID card, money, phone, everything. They just take it. About 6 or 7 people between last week and this week get robbed in that area there. So you mean to tell me there's no police people that march, they're making a report, they're putting no police towards that area there between two woods when you're going to Menadile? No police, crime just everywhere, people doing things. When you're in town now, you're afraid to walk. You're afraid to walk in town, 7 o'clock you can't be in town. And you tell me these people not seeing that? And they have all programs, they're talking, and they're talking about the thing that's affecting us. They could only talk about who do this, who borrow money, who go and take money from government, whose fault it is. That's all they're talking about. The thing in our eyes, they're not seeing that. I like to tell you, man. You must have a good afternoon.
You too, sir. Thank you so much. 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. I think people, what they're clamoring for is for the government to address the issues that are directly impacting them. Because this government is always claiming that there are certain things that are beyond its control. Whether it's inflation, it's imported inflation. It cannot address the prices of the supermarkets. Okay, that's a given. But what would you take responsibility for as far as ensuring that you improve the lives of the people of this country? And while the government continues to make reference to gross domestic product, growth in the economy, what about focusing on human development index, matters relating to housing, jobs, and in particular, health care? That is a major issue of concern to the people of this country right now. But those who are in authority, those who are in a position to speak on those issues, they ignore them, and instead they focus on areas that would only distract you. But I'm sure that you are very sensible people. You understand what is at stake. You ought to understand as well what should be priority for you as a people. Let's see if we have another call. 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026. Once again, 716-2026. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hi.
I can never forget talking about agriculture, because agriculture is one of the best, entity for St. Lucia, because it wants help and still has the potential to help when it comes to the trickling effect. It has once done it and it can still do it. Okay, so talking about the health minister, at that time in 2014, right, he neglected a major pineapple project. Okay, there was also planning to do a pineapple project with a factory involved, and the end result is champagne and wine that will have been sold all over Europe. And Moses Jobatis at that time let it go. When questions was asked, I think he was on DBS once, and he was on Calabash TV another time, and he was confronted about that project. And you know what he said? The project was just there. I think that's the answer he gave. So when you have a man that failed so miserably in agriculture, you think you can do better in health, which is a lot more complicated. I believe what I mean to Moses Jobatis, it is high time you say bye-bye to the politics, because he did a miserable job in agriculture, whereas it could have been the best. And then you are now in health, which is more complicated, more challenging. I believe it's high time you say bye-bye, Mr. Moses Jobatis. Time to go. Have a good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir, and thank you so much for calling. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. WhatsApp message, somebody says, we do not need party PR people trying to convince us that any minister of government is doing a good job. We can determine that on our own because the work they do is for us. We can see and feel when someone is effective or not. and by extension, the entire government. To my attention now to Amanda and the chat room.
Tim, in the chat room, someone says, if St. Lucians are honest with themselves, they will know that NewsSpin is not a talk show to bash or criticize the government, but a talk show to highlight and bring to the attention of the government and those in authority the many challenges that St. Lucia and the St. Lucians are faced with daily. So if the government had St. Lucians' well-being at heart and putting people first, as they said, they would have been listening to NewsSpin. Another comment, that's how it should give credit to who credit is due. If the person is doing the right thing, praise him. If they are not doing good, say it the same way.
We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Okay, that person is calling via WhatsApp, so the call is connecting. Let's give that person a few seconds to see if the call will be able to get on the air. Okay, so that person definitely will have to call back. Okay, 452-2979, 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Let me turn my attention back to you, Amanda.
Another comment, team, I heard there will no longer have a health center. It will now be a police station. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. Another comment, well, you all have to take a stand and do something about the healthcare. Another comment, Chasney's deadline for the government is supposed to expire tomorrow. Someone says, team, prices at the supermarket can be adjusted because VAT and the health and security levy is not imported. And in the chat room, someone says, so where is the economy growth Philip J. Pierre and the Labour is speaking about? Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much. Let's see if we have a call at 452-2979. Once again, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. That's 716-2026. Okay, let's take a WhatsApp call. Hello, good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to you.
Oui, tu m'as dit commission by Minister of Bacchanal. Di I nettoyer Bamba Mola because.
Okay, call. Mavli turn about Bamba Mola as program. All right. Let's see. WhatsApp message. Somebody says the Richmond Wellness Center continues to be plagued with air quality issues. Upon a second visit by the ministry personnel, air quality was extremely poor and a max readings when measured. However, they still expect nurses and doctors to operate in there, even with reports of confusion, itchy skin, and watery eyes. Why outpatients and health workers at risk? Does this not necessitate the erection of a tent or two outside from the emergency hospital, which Musa graciously accepted? I think I panicked when I heard Bum Bum Wall. All right, let's see if we have a WhatsApp message. Okay. All right, 452-2979. Let's see if we have another call, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Do we have a call, Mr. Producer? No, we don't. Okay. Well, somebody says there, I heard the wellness center on the Millennium Highway is about to turn into, a prison. A doctor came and discharged all patients. Okay, I don't know about this one. It's still to be verified. All right, what's happening in the chat? We have a call? We do. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Hi, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
And good afternoon to the listeners. Tim, you reported last night on the DBS News about an AI Global South Summit.
Yes.
All right. What is it can you report about the summit so far?
Well, I've not followed that summit, caller. But you have a group of educators who are meeting to discuss that very important issue.
Okay, well, Tim, the thing is that I'm a member of ICA, and we try to register online.
Mm-hmm.
They're charging $500 to register, right? I mean, that's just for us to get information. We're not exhibiting anything, we're not buying anything, we're not selling anything. We just want to go and find out what this whole AI thing. So, Tim, this is an attempt as far as, I can see, to keep common people out. And the thing is, again, Tim, AI is a very big thing right now. There are a lot of pros and cons that we're not taking into consideration. We're only looking at the benefits to our society in terms of business and transactions and the efficiency and the convenience and all of these other things that we like to hear, smart machines, smart this, smart that. But you know, there are certain threats that exist, you know, that we're not asking when we don't ask the right questions. And, you know, for example, you know, for us as human beings, psychologists, psychiatrists around the world, you can find studies which show that our interaction with AI, social media, all of these types of things has distanced us from our own selves. I don't know if you notice, sometimes you go to a gathering or you go somewhere and you see a group of people and everybody's head's in the phone.
Yeah.
That's a very common thing. But how has that affected us in terms of our relationships to each other? Look at how children, you know, school fights and all of these types of things are on a rise. How are children learning how to resolve, you know, issues? Are they being manipulated? Are they being rewired because of what they, you know? And the thing is that, Tim, there's so many other articles that you could find when it comes to, you know, AI and its harms, you know, when it comes to lack of transparency, for example, the bias and the discrimination that can happen, privacy concerns, Tim, when it comes to, you know, everything, your entire data, your entire biometrics, everything, you know, is on a blockchain, and anybody can get to know your information. You know, the ethical dilemmas, for example, the legal issues, security risk. What if AI wants to go like Skynet and decide that we are a threat to society, because we are, when you really think about it, and they want to take control? You know, what about the job displacement, Tim? So a lot of these things, I think the Prime Minister and other ministers spoke, but I don't know if they were asking the right questions, you know, for us, the general public. So it would be good, you know, Tim, for somebody, you know, spokesperson on this people's behalf to come and say what it is exactly that they're speaking to, and what, you know, we have to look at the dangers, we have to look at the economic consequences of artificial intelligence, whether or not we'll have an arms race. Look, Israel just took out endless Hamas people by using technology.
Mm-hmm.
Through the pagers and through the cell phones, you know, so it opened up a new door when it comes to, you know, if somebody wants you taken out, they could just use your cell phone. So again, Tim, this whole Global South Summit, we need to pay attention to what it is that is taking place, and we need town hall meetings to be able to, you know, dispense the information, because if this is taking place behind, you know, $500 US to attend, then at the end of the day, who are you keeping out? Is it the common man, or are you just attracting the businesses who are going to benefit from artificial intelligence?
All right, sir.
Questions, Tim.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for calling. We have another call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello.
Yes, Timothy.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Just a question I have.
Mm-hmm.
Would it not be more appropriate to have a medical doctor to hold that position? Dr. Graves, yes, you have a doctorate in education, I believe. But my question is, would it be not more appropriate to have a medical doctor to hold that position in a medical facility?
Well, that is the school of thought that is being shared by some people. But the information I have is that he is also very much schooled in various aspects relating to health policy and things of that nature. And I will be going through some information in just a bit that I'll be sharing with you regarding his qualifications. But some people believe that a medical doctor would have been better equipped to deal with the challenges at the OKEU at this time, or the Millennium Heights Medical Complex.
I believe so too, Tim. I believe because he's already in the field, so he'll be more appropriate to hold that position. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. This is the most monitored talk show in the world, and that is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. Still to come on the program, Sarah Flood-Brobra, a former health minister, reacts to the appointment of another foreign minister to the post of a chief executive officer of the Millennium Heights Medical Complex.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex Customer Service Office in Castries is now open for business, but we've moved. We're now located on Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci on the ground floor of the new Carilac building. We're open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out our online options first. But if you do need to come in to see us, we'll be pleased to serve you with new connections, bill queries, payments, and other service requests. Lucilex Sanssouci office, ground floor of the Carilac building. New location, same great service.
St. Lucia, get ready for the ultimate flavor explosion at KFC. Introducing the new bacon melt sandwich. That's right, the crispy, juicy KFC chicken you love, topped with melted cheese, crispy bacon, and your choice of mayo or barbecue sauce, all nestled in a soft sesame seed bun.
Let your taste buds ready, come and try KFC's new bacon melt sandwich is great, no lie. Crispy chicken, bacon, cheese flavor certified with mayo or barbecue, anyone you must try. For just $25, get this combo deal. Fries and a drink, it's a steal. Head to KFC, cause you don't wanna miss our bacon melt sandwich, have it on your list.
Available at all KFC locations island-wide. WhatsApp 484-0400 or visit kfcslu.com for delivery and more.
And you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
It is well known by all solution professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns. All at unbeatable, jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massat Grosile. Europa, we service what we sell.
Ministre qui a une responsabilité pour santé qui a offert un service neuf en bas programme Universal Health Coverage là. Service ça là c'est pour femmes faire test pap smear pour aider à adresser problème cancer en matrice. Service nouveau pap smear ça là plus confortable et plus facile. Nous commandé pour toute femme pour l'avantage service ça là et aller en wellness center en Camino pour apprendre plus à sous sa clinique pap smear ça là qu'a fait. Ada une semaine seulement ou ka jwenn résultat l'examen pap smear. Et si mou chwe bagay pas normal, et ben la ni cancer, ou ka traper examiner encore durant une semaine. La ka ni examination pour HPV 16 et HPV 18 qui ça en cause cancer en matrice. Si résultat test la pas normal, ou ka jwenn un appointment vitement pour traitement. Et là, ou ka jwenn plus information à sous maladie et guérison. Nous commandons toute femme pour prendre l'avantage service neuf sala pour adresser problème cancer. Et UHC, santé ou c'est l'enterré nous. Pour plus d'informations, téléphonez 468-5300 et bien 468-53D8.
Why travel abroad for an MRI scan when you can access world-class medical technology right here in St. Lucia? At La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, we bring cutting-edge technology to your doorstep with our state-of-the-art GE-accredited 1.5 Tesla MRI machine. Our advanced imaging services let you see the unseen, providing crystal clear scans that deliver unmatched accuracy for a comprehensive look at your health. Save time, save money, prioritize your health. No more costly trips overseas. Get the highest quality MRI scans locally and take control of your health with the option of a second opinion. You deserve that peace of mind. Our skilled specialists are here to guide you every step of the way, whether it's nerve disorders, chronic headaches, spinal injury, or stroke recovery. We offer expert consultation and personalized care all under one roof. And don't miss out on our special discounts. Ask about our reduced rates on MRIs, ultrasounds, and consultations at our convenient locations in Castries and Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Book your appointment today. Call La Clinique de Corps at 451-6559 and experience imaging excellence without leaving the island. Your health deserves the best. Let us help you see it.
Attention homeowners. Are you ready to transform your space this holiday season? Don't miss out on the Tile Gallery Incredible Jingle Tile Sale, happening now through October 31st. For a limited time, save up to 50% off on a stunning selection of tiles only at the Tile Gallery. Whether you're upgrading your kitchen, bathroom, or outdoor, we have the perfect style for you. But hurry, this offer won't last long. Visit us today and elevate your home with beautiful tiles at unbeatable prices at the Jingle Tile Sale. The Tile Gallery is located at MNC Home Depot and Sunrise.
Bonjour, c'est Lucie. Non, moi c'est Eric et moi sorti Taiwan.
Announcing the 17th Annual St. Lucia Taiwan Partnership Trade Show from November 1st to the 3rd.
Moi ka invité où?
Come see the creativity of 65 entrepreneurs from St. Lucia.
Et c'est 65 business.
From Taiwan, 14 businesses that will show the latest tech products and other innovations from Taiwan. Free shuttle service from Baywalk Shopping Mall and back.
Où c'est où yé? Pas by black.
Yes, free shuttle service. And as usual, there will be lots of fun and entertainment. On Saturday, it's carefree karaoke. And Sunday, a fashion show with Rafferty Inc. and live music from the Impulse Band.
Nouvelle, disait pour c'était tous les jours.
It's the 17th Annual St. Lucia Taiwan Partnership Trade Show, November 1st to the 3rd at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay.
Dis-moi d'où.
10 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily.
Vini pour nous causer.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
Just before we took the break, somebody was suggesting that a medical doctor ought to be at the helm of the Millennium Heights Medical Complex. And I did say that the individual who will be assuming the position of CEO, he has a background in health. So Dr. Graves, for example, he has a PhD in health services, management, and policy, and that is from Walden University. He has an MSc in Public Health from the Department of Preventive Health and Public Medicine, St. George's University in Grenada. And as far as the board believes, he is well suited to serve in that position. And by the way, Dr. Graves, he will be taking up the post as of tomorrow, the 1st of November, 2024. Now, my information is he was scheduled to take up the post in the middle of October, the middle of this month. But according to a few birds, he painstakingly had discussions with the authorities because I guess he wanted certain benefits, he wanted certain guarantees included and certain conditions included in his contract. And that is why, according to information reaching me, he's now taking up the position on the 1st of November. That is tomorrow. How does former Health Minister Sarah Flood Bobra feels about Dr. Greaves taking up the post of CEO of the Millennium Heights Medical Complex? Here is her reaction.
I really would wish Dr. Damian Greaves very well. We need to have this matter resolved. We need to have OKEU functioning as a premier hospital. And all I would want to do is to wish him well, honestly, because this is not a petty political issue. I'm talking about the administration of health. We all need a good hospital. So I would wish Dr. Damian Greaves all the best and hope that he can solve this matter, because guess what? We're all suffering and we need to have this rectified as soon as possible.
So there from former Health Minister Sarah Flood Bobra doing an appearance on last evening's News Make Alive program on DBS television, reacting to the appointment of Dr. Damian Greaves as the Chief and Executive Officer of the Millennium Heights Medical Complex. Let's continue with your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And of course, we have updates from Amanda. What's happening, Amanda, in the chat room?
Tim, in response to a previous caller, someone said the caller should be Minister of Agriculture because he has good points and great ideas. Another comment, on behalf of myself and some of the people from Ancillary, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Dominic Fede for the vision of constructing a wellness center in the community of Ancillary. We appreciate it very much, and I do hope that the Honorable Minister Wayne Girard, who was fortunate to be the one to have this grand opening of this facility, supply the wellness center with all the necessities needed so that it can be a well-functional wellness center. Another comment, stop saying when WP gets in power. When UWP gets in power, there is nothing left to invest to bring money to the country. All land that can be invested are already given for passport with no investment. No passport left to sell too much diet. World Bank will not borrow you all the money. Another comment, the doctors will safeguard themselves from a civil lawsuit for malpractice because of deficiencies at our hospital. A NewsSpin said Health Minister Moses has no clue about administration, planning and health issues. He was in agriculture before and mashed it up. Knowing Moses' background, he was just an agriculture teacher at Viewfort Comprehensive School, so we cannot expect anything better from him. Square pegs in round holes. Another comment, most are caught up in qualifications, but what about integrity and honesty, which is more important? And in the comments, someone says, we have a Prime Minister who doesn't know the difference between information and gossip. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. We'll have some more updates from Amanda King during the course of the program. Let's continue with your calls at 452-2979. That's 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Somebody says via WhatsApp, team, no school sports because all the money was taken to pay. Okay, I don't want to read this one. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, team. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, I always wanted to call to point out something. A few weeks back, there was a young lady who had called, and she was giving an opinion and concerning Healy, how that he have his own people in authority in his position wherever he wants them to, and you actually cut off and stuff. But anyways, the thing is that you see, when the people want to do the corruptions, they already have the people, just as the Yad case in court, okay? and he also take out the custom controller that was on, he put his own.
No, caller, we don't know that.
So all of
No,
those
caller.
things-
Hold on, caller. We don't know that he did that because I'm sure you cannot show me one piece of evidence to prove that Dr. Ernest Hilaire did what you are accusing him of. You are only making an assumption, caller. And I don't want to be hauled before the courts for allowing you to speak in that way, and I cannot prove that you had the right to speak in that kind of manner. So we have to be extremely careful. When you're speaking, when you're making allegations, you must have a piece of paper, the documents, to prove it.
Okay. Yeah. But anyways, I'm hoping that St. Lucians are opening their eye to see what is going on, because those guys, they do not want to answer any questions. They don't want you to speak, because I had an experience with one where I was talking to a guy in a particular area in Grosile, and I was giving my views to the guy. And there was a minister there at the time, and he was watching me by watching me, and then he actually goes to the owner of the place and trying to quiet me from what I was saying, because it is a democracy where we have a freedom of speech.
Yeah, ought to be.
Okay, because them people do not want us to speak concerning against them. If I was talking against the previous government, he would probably give me a thumbs up. But because I was talking against what they are doing, the wrong that they are doing, because we can see they do not want to answer questions, they do not want to give us updates of anything. They figure out to themselves St. Lucia belongs to them, and I want them to know that St. Lucia does not belong to them. St. Lucia is ours. Okay, but you do not want to provide us with answers. You don't want to give us information. That is wrong, because we are the one that put you all there. Although, because I don't support them. I do not support what they are doing. Okay, now another thing again, I want to congratulate Julian Alfred for capturing the awards for best female athlete in Paris.
Yeah,
it is amazing to see that she captured that award and stuff. Okay. And to show that St. Lucia is doing very well. And the thing is that, again, you see, when people trying to get ahead and, you do not want them to speak, that is wrong. Okay? Because this government do not want people to speak against them. I'm hoping that, that time to come, that St. Lucians will rally and to get out there on the road to protest so that this people can call election. Okay, I'm looking forward for that. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution. Boy, I just fear that the situation will only worsen as we go along in the years to come. This is definitely on the horizon, the kind of arrogance that we see being exhibited by certain individuals in this country, where they do not want to explain simple things to you. They do not believe that you have a right to speak on certain issues. They will label you. They will call you all kind of names. They will try to intimidate you. I am just saying that we are on a particular trajectory whereby very soon, openly, people will be threatened and attempts will be made to silence certain individuals in St. Lucia. It is very much on the horizon, and I'm predicting that if we continue in this particular vein, definitely this will come to pass, whereby, this whole presumption that people are free to speak in this country, and the assumption, not presumption, but the assumption also that people are free to demonstrate and protest, etc. Sensible individuals in this country know that this comes at a price, and that there is a word called complot, where people plan things behind closed doors in certain gatherings, and you have cabals who will set out to disadvantage you in one way or the other, to deny you of certain opportunities, to prevent you from earning an honest living because you are deemed to be an enemy of the state, or you're not one of them. That's the kind of thing that you hear in St. Lucia. So things will only get worse in St. Lucia if certain individuals are further emboldened and they are given more power in this country. Rest assured, this is on the horizon. This is not to scare you, but this is a method I'm using basically to prepare you for what seems to be inevitable if people, certain individuals in this country, continue to have their way. Because I've been saying this for a while now, the 15-2 mandate that was given to this administration, certainly right now, is being used not for the benefit of the majority of the people of this country, but it is being used as a weapon against individuals who appear to be opponents, political opponents of this administration. We continue with your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Somebody says, listening from Texas every day during my lunch break. Greatly appreciated the way you addressed the call and making unfounded statements. We need more hosts to do this. Well done. Because it's easy for people to make certain allegations. For example, I read on Facebook, and I could call her name because she identified me. She made reference to me. Lisa Jawayer on Facebook claiming that basically I'm doing the bidding of Alan Chasney and Guy Joseph. And she knows that I am being paid. So why make such a claim, such an allegation? Why not focus on the fact that I am highlighting the issues that are very dear to the people of this country? The issues that are detrimental to them, the issues that are affecting them, can determine whether they live or die. And we have to sensitize ourselves to the reality on the ground. Thank God many of you watching and listening to this broadcast, you are healthy right now. And I could only hope and pray it remains that way. And I hope the same happens in my case as well. But we are facing an existential threat. We are experiencing a particular threat. Something is looming over this country that if we have a major disaster, if we have a major calamity that would warrant us receiving efficient medical care in this country, rest assured that we will fail the people of St. Lucia miserably. It will be a calamity. More people than should have been will definitely lose their lives in the process. When so many people are resigning from their jobs, and healthcare workers, those people are people who charitable. They give of their time. Yes, they are rewarded, but how can you reward somebody sufficiently in a small island state when they have to work under such conditions and long hours without the requisite equipment and facilities? Those people are selfless. And those people, they have choices. They can decide to work elsewhere. The expertise is in demand, but they choose to be in St. Lucia. And my God, if those people, one after the other, and the prediction is that more senior medical officials at the OKEU and by extension Millennium Heights Medical Complex will vacate their jobs, what does that say? And you have the leader of a country. He's not sensible enough because, he has little to no regard for the people of the country. He doesn't believe that, we have educated people in this country who can see through some of the comments that they are making. How can, in the midst of this unprecedented level of resignations at the island's main health institution, how can you say that those things happen all the time? And how can you also say, people are moving on to greener pastures? How can you be so callous in your approach, in your response to something as serious as mass resignations from the Millennium Heights Medical Complex? Don't you think that this will directly further exacerbate the quality of service that is being provided at our main health institution, you do not believe that has implications for us as a small island state with limited financial and also human resources. What's happening in the chat room, Amanda?
Tim, just a few comments in the chat room. Someone says, Tim, this is my problem with this system. The minister is the boss, but there's never anything to prove that they did something. Another comment, so why didn't they make Greaves the Minister of Health? Isn't that where policy is needed? Another comment, the main difference between CEO and COO is that a CEO is responsible for the long-term direction of a company, while a COO is responsible for the day-to-day operations. Another comment, the ministers can do anything and not be held accountable because there's no paper trail. And in the comments, someone says, constitution reform is nothing if the people do not hold those in power accountable. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for that update. Let me see if I have any of your WhatsApp messages to go through right now. So please stand by while I will try to access as many of those messages as possible. Okay, somebody says there via WhatsApp, Tim claims like what Lisa made about you doing the bid of Alan Shastney is proof of this government trying to shut everyone up. Okay, another WhatsApp message. Somebody says, you are so right about our freedom. I see it so blatant in the House of Assembly. They are really trying to silence Honorable Alan Shastney. Is there something he knows and they are afraid that he will reveal? And let's see if we can go through another WhatsApp message. Just bear with me while I try to go through as many of them as possible. Somebody says that Tim, Dr. Damian Greaves has some nuts for accepting a job in the hospital in that condition. I wish him luck. Let's hope he can turn this thing around for all St. Lucians. Tim, the writing is on the wall. And let's see there if we have some more information to share with you. Okay, just stand by while we try to go through as many of your messages as possible. Another person says via WhatsApp, if our health minister is working very hard and our hospitals and healthcare is very good, why are our ministers afraid of their health system and take themselves and family abroad? That is a WhatsApp message. And very often it is at the expense of the taxpayers of this country, particularly when they travel to get medical care over in neighboring Martinique. It is sometimes to the tune of thousands of euro that is placed on basically on the backs of the taxpayers of this country. And from time to time, the Martinican authorities would be making a fervent plea for the bills to be cleared. That will include what is being accrued by one or two government ministers seeking medical care at the health facilities over in Martinique. In the meantime, it doesn't appear that healthcare is much of a priority for the government, which claims it is putting the people of this country first. Let's see if we have a call at 452-2979. That's 452-2979. Remember, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Do we have a call? Okay, we're trying to determine whether we have a call. Okay, we have a call. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Timothy.
Hi.
You can hear me okay?
Loud and clear, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Timothy, I want to lend my voice to the selection of Dr. Damian Greaves to the post of CEO of the Millennium Complex. Now, I don't know how many people were, if there was a short list of individuals. So, but it doesn't really matter. I am concerned about the health of the people of St. Lucia and what takes place at hospitals. And if Damian Greaves, who I know and have worked with, and I respect him when he was Minister of Culture, he did a great job. I believe that is not only about medical qualifications that somebody else spoke about. It has a lot to do with management skills. And I would hope that Damian Greaves does well in the position. And I support the views of Sarah Flood Mowbray, the former Minister of Health.
Yeah.
Because I think St. Lucians have to put aside the politics, especially when something that has a common factor. Health is there for both Labour and UWPs and all the other Ps if they are. So I really would like to see somebody, especially a St. Lucian, especially somebody who has the deep respect and the deep love for this country, because too often we take people from overseas and put them in positions because it's a lucrative job for them with all kinds of perks. So I have no problem in supporting Damian Greaves for that position of CEO, and I wish him well. I really wish, because if he does well in that job, the people of St. Lucia would do well.
Yeah, they would benefit.
Will benefit. So I really want to. I couldn't let your program end without lending my voice to support for Damian Greaves, and we should give him all the support he can. Whether he's a SLP or UWP, it doesn't really matter. It's for the benefit of St. Lucia. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. WhatsApp message. I've been visiting doctors at the Lacroix Mengo Wellness Center, and it's 1 year there's not been a pharmacy in operation. Let's see there. Via WhatsApp, what somebody's saying. Tim, when you take a minister who was a complete and utter failure in his previous post as Minister of Agriculture and place him in one of our most important sectors, which is health, clearly this shows the lack of forward thinking of our Prime Minister. The Minister of Health holds no solid background in health care, but yet is given this post. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, some more of your calls, your WhatsApp messages, and we have a public service announcement.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
St. Lucia, get ready for the ultimate flavor explosion at KFC. Introducing the new bacon milk sandwich. That's right, the crispy, juicy KFC chicken you love, topped with melted cheese, crispy bacon, and your choice of mayo or barbecue sauce, all nestled in a soft sesame seed bun.
Your taste buds try. KFC's new bacon nut sandwich is great, no lie. Crispy chicken, bacon, cheese flavor certified with mayo or barbecue. Anyone you must try. For just $25, get this combo deal. Fries and a drink, it's a steal. Head to KFC, cause you don't wanna miss a bacon melt sandwich, have it on your list.
Available at all KFC locations island-wide. WhatsApp 484-0400 or visit kfcslu.com for delivery and more.
Get your home holiday ready with unbeatable savings at MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt. Enjoy pre-Christmas savings of up to 50% off on selected Christmas items this season. Transform your space and make your home shine. Everything you need is here. MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt pre-Christmas sale is happening now. Shop early and save big. Your holiday home improvement starts now. Terms and conditions may apply.
Ouais, messieurs, pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bon glow. Si t'en la pani pressure. Moi ni tongue, moi ni glow, me money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni toute pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pomme cette ici. Yo ka ranger pomme aussi qui besoin service. Prendre pomme yo c'est Léo. Pomme ça c'est major. I bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten moi actuellement. Glo ka fante. Europa ni pomme glo Léo under pour les nerfs, joinge et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452 0763.
The government of St. Lucia, through the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, continues to provide more for pregnant women in St. Lucia. Through maternal and child health services under universal health coverage, pregnant women will receive laboratory and ultrasound services through community wellness centers island-wide at no cost. From care during and after pregnancy, vaccinations, family planning to nutritional and mental health counseling, we are here to support you. Take advantage of our weekly services at no cost. And from 1st June 2023, the addition of laboratory and ultrasound services will ease the pressure to aid healthier and safer delivery for you and your baby. Visit your nearest wellness center to register for universal health coverage. For more information, call 468-5300 or 468-5328.
Why travel abroad for an MRI scan when you can access world-class medical technology right here in St. Lucia? At La Clinique de Cours Diagnostic Center of Excellence, we bring cutting-edge technology to your doorstep with our state-of-the-art GE-accredited 1.5 Tesla MRI machine. Our advanced imaging services let you see the unseen, providing crystal clear scans that deliver unmatched accuracy for a comprehensive look at your health. Save time, save money, prioritize your health. No more costly trips overseas. Get the highest quality MRI scans locally and take control of your health with the option of a second opinion. You deserve that peace of mind. Our skilled specialists are here to guide you every step of the way. Whether it's nerve disorders, chronic headaches, spinal injury, or stroke recovery, we offer expert consultation and personalized care all under one roof. And don't miss out on our special discounts. Ask about our reduced rates on MRIs, ultrasounds, and consultations at our convenient locations in Castries and Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Book your appointment today. Call La Clinique de Cours at 451-6559 and experience imaging excellence without leaving the island. Your health deserves the best. Let us help you see it.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastors Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, cast in sand and plaster in sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastors Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastors Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
What I'm saying to the young people that are already in it, that are smoking, you understand, old habits die hard. Try your best to see if you can smoke less until one day maybe you can leave it. And those that are not in it, be careful of what you are going. I'm talking directly about COPD. It's a message I'm sending out there. You understand? And if you can go and buy a 5 portion of whether crack or marijuana or whatsoever is smoking, that causes COPD. When you buy a $5 portion, take another $5 and put on another side. That is for your oxygen money. And don't depend on living your life how you want and think different governments will come in there and to make it better for you.
As a COPD public service announcement by Mr. Rigobert. Good afternoon to you, sir. Let's continue with your calls at 452-2979. We have a call online. Hello, good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Mr. Poleon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rick Wayne.
Well, you send Lucians, the U.S. You St. Lucians never cease to surprise me, you know.
Not we St. Lucians, not we St. Lucians.
I'm just giving you what a prick. You all can call me Bahamian and all that. Giving you all some room to make women.
Yeah.
Yeah. But seriously, Tim, if you were Damian Graves and you were contemplating, or you had decided, contemplating the management of a very handicapped, controversial hospital. Now, am I exaggerating to say it's controversial, it is, etc.?
No, you're not.
Good. I think
to most sensible people, you are. You are correct on this.
I'm being very kind. I could say a hospital with some pretty awful stories coming from it.
Yeah.
With no official clarification or dispute or denial. As a matter of fact, the doctors themselves have collectively said it's the worst that they've seen a hospital in St. Lucia.
Yes, they
Am
have.
I correct or not?
You are correct.
Okay, so if you are contemplating that monumental job, and you had worked with a relative of the person after whom the hospital is named. In other words, that hospital is named after Dr. King's father.
Yeah, Owen King.
And I've mentioned before that I'm surprised that there's so little of Dr. King, this current Dr. King, to be heard with all that stuff going on about the hospital. I don't know why. He must have his reasons, but that's an interesting thing to consider, isn't it?
Well, let's put it this way. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that he's quiet.
Named after my mother.
I'm just saying to you, Rick, in this particular case, I am not surprised because the silence on Dr. King is deafening. So I'd expect him to speak on even a matter involving the naming of the hospital. And I'm being Rick, I'm just being as fair, as honest as possible on this particular issue.
You are being honest, and the truth often doesn't sound good. I'm kind of laughing, I'm making a little joke out of it, but it's not a joke at all because I had said it a long time ago that by now I expected Dr. King to say something solid to the people of this country with regard to a hospital that was always controversial from the beginning, very controversial. Don't forget how Kenny opened it when it wasn't ready to be opened, $100,000 with a plaque. You know, all the controversy that has surrounded that particular hospital. And it's named after Dr. King's father. All of that. You would have thought that Dr. King would have something to say, especially since he's a professional. Huh?
Yes.
And if you were Damian Greaves, who's a nice man, I've known him many, many years. I haven't seen him many, many years. But he's one of our more popular politicians, right, on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Sensible individual.
Yeah. But Tim, when are we going to learn to discern before I get there. You would have expected the best recommendation, the most important recommendation of Damian Greaves would have come from Dr. Stephen King, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would assume so.
You know why, Tim? Because Dr. King worked as Damian Greaves' CMO.
Yes, I remember.
And they were involved in some controversial situations as well. And I say controversial because it doesn't necessarily mean something was wrong with Damian or something was wrong with Dr. King. I'm just saying there was a lot of controversy regarding their association, things that happened during their association.
Mm-hmm.
I need not go into that. Okay, so I could use stronger terms. So you would have expected it would have been the best person, Dr. King, to publicly endorse his appointment, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would assume so, yes. Definitely.
And once again, Dr. King is very, very silent regarding all those deaths supposedly happening. People are referring to the hospital as a death house. Doctors are telling you it's the worst thing. That hospital, I mean, all we hear about that hospital are horrors. And not a word from Dr. King on that, man, on anything. And not a word from Dr. King on this new appointment. Enough of Dr. King. But our people are something else. People calling up to tell you how happy they are for
Damian Greaves.
Damian, and how they wish him well, all that stuff. But I haven't heard, I've been listening, I haven't heard anybody say something about wishing the people of the hospital, the patients and the nurses and the doctors well.
Okay, because I imagine that individual, and I'll identify him because his voice is one that's easily recognized. That's Mr. Lionel Ellis.
Say that again, please.
Mr. Lionel Ellis was the one who called to wish him well, to wish Damian Greaves well.
Uh-huh.
Right. So I'm just saying, I could only assume that Mr. Ellis believes that if Damian does well, then that will redound to the benefit of the staff, and by extension, the patients and the entire St. Lucian society.
All right. Now, the word that struck me there is assume. I like to be as straight as I can be and leave no room for guessing and assumption.
No, but Rick, from time to time you do assume, because sometimes I have to take you to task on that. Sometimes you assume things. You do.
But I have no memory of that, okay?
I don't blame you.
I have no memory. but I'm making a very serious point here.
Yeah.
The hospital and all the patients and all the cries we've been hearing have not centered on any kind of management of the hotel, of the hospital, All we have been talking about is lack of this, lack of that,
lack of resources.
Of this,
Lack of resources, yeah.
Lack of resources, no beds, bad treatment, bad diagnosis. What is the manager of a hotel, like you say, motel? What is the manager of and yes, something got to do with that. And the other point I want to ask as well, and I'm not knocking Damian at all. I have no bad thing to say about Damian. I want to talk to our people. That we invite trouble, and when it lands on us, we cry and do nothing else. What difference does it make how many degrees related or even semi-related to hospital management? What does it matter to the average person? I would much rather know how many hospitals the manager who is taking over my Besiege hospital, how many hospitals he has worked at in any capacity, let alone one like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also that he's a politician. A politician associated with the party in office.
Well, that's what I don't.
None of these things.
Rick,
let me finish.
I don't know if I don't know if he's still a politician. He's a former politician who's associated with the SLP.
Well, a former, if you like, doesn't change anything.
Mm.
It's where the sentiments lie. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of that. I'm saying that before we start saying wonderful, wonderful, we wish him well, we should focus and don't just say these things automatically to sound good. Because I am hoping that the hospital gets its act together, and I don't think it's just the manager, because there was a manager before Damien who apparently is more qualified than him to do that job.
Yeah.
Who has experience.
Yes.
And it didn't work out. It didn't work out. We have a bunch of doctors who've been there through hell and high water, and it didn't work out. And the matter of this green pastures, anything is greener than that. So we have, this is not a regular, just another hospital. It's a seriously problematic life and death hospital. And I'm saying that we should know, we should have the confidence, we should be given a reason to have the confidence that the new manager is going to bring about salutary differences because of his record, not because he has a degree. I mean, you know how many people have journalism degrees and they couldn't get a sentence right, Tim?
Yeah.
Or they can't get you a decent story? Come on. You know how many people have degrees that require internships? Even doctors and nurses require internships, no?
Yes, they do.
So we should discuss those things. I hope nobody's saying Rick is dumping on Damien, because I'm not dumping on Damien. And if he's the quality of guy I know him to be, he will say I'm right. And maybe he does have what it will take to change this hospital. Maybe he will. I wish him well in that area. But the people I wish well, and I wish myself well, damn it, I may find myself having to go to the hospital, and you too.
Yes, certainly.
And all of Damien's glowing certificates will mean nothing to you while you're lying on a bed, worried to death about the treatment you're about to receive, because Damien is not a doctor. The problem with the hospital is not the worst problem with the hospital, as reported, is not necessarily the guy who is the CEO. Is that right or not?
You are correct, Rick. You're correct.
Well, I wish our people would do more thinking than they did there. More thinking than they did. And I wish Dr. King, who has done a lot of service to this country, would have something public to say about this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rick. Let me see if I could go through a few of your WhatsApp messages, and then Amanda will go through some of your comments in the chat room, and we'll still have the NewsSpin news of the day, as well as the NewsSpin question of the day. Somebody says that, Tim, you should try and get Dr. Greaves to hear his plans for OKEU on Newsmaker Live or NewsSpin. The person also says Rick is correct. And another WhatsApp message. It's sad to see what's going on. I supported this party and can't wait to vote them out. People need to wake up. Only one set winning, like some young women, the radio clowns, and so many more. It's sad. They can travel, go USA for care, and the rest of the country, many can't but putting the people first. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Yesterday, we were all congratulating Julianne for Best Female Athlete in Paris. Female volleyballers have dominated the sport in the Caribbean for the last 3 to 4 years. Nothing of substance to show appreciation to them. Now, no school sports for our children. Where are we going in this country? All right, let me turn my attention to you and what's happening in terms of the chat room. Amanda.
Tim, in the chat room, someone says, one of the conditions of being a minister should be that we should hold your passport. Another comment, most of those Labour Party ministers get a job that they have no clue of what their position would be. Is it because you are my friend and I will give you a position in government? Is that it? Shake my head. Another comment, why is Rick wondering why Dr. King is so silent? Dr. King is an authority on all things and a critic only when UWP led by Alan Shaftney was in power. Another comment, so true, Tim. Dr. King's silence says a lot to us where our medical system is concerned. It's sad what politics can do to one's character. Another comment, Dr. King will not say anything because Tapia is getting good things from the shortfalls of OKEU. Another contribution, Dr. King can't say anything or will not say anything because he is ashamed of the government right now, because he realized all the lies and the deceits. Another comment, but these same laborers are coming out to talk about Allen and not opening the new St. Jude's Hospital when they could not open the OKEU. A NewsSpinner said that they give Dr. King authority to be a medical cartel in St. Lucia, owner of Tapia Consulting at OKEU, while his party in power. What more can a man want working at OKEU? Another comment, Dr. King cannot speak. I heard his sister is not doing well at all, so they cannot focus on singing Jack don't want me to go and bathe on the beach anymore. Another comment in the chat room, the question is the CEO coming in to minimize the situation in our health system, or is he coming just because he was offered the job? That's it for me, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda King. Your final update on what's happening in the NewsSpin chat room. Our question of the day reads, why would Lisa Jawayer claim that Health Minister Moses Jean-Baptiste is, quote, doing a very good job? Why would Lisa Jawayer claim that Health Minister Moses Jean-Baptiste is doing a very good job? Our question of the day. And finally, our NewsSpin news of the day. It reads, UN General Assembly condemns the United States economic embargo of Cuba for a 32nd year. UN General Assembly condemns the U.S. economic embargo of Cuba for a 32nd year. Well, that's the broadcast. This has been another edition of the world's most monitored talk show, NewsSpin. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.